Hello friends, hello neighbors, this is your mailman and welcome back to Madden NFL 08 Superstar Mode in the career of Malik Thomas. And today we've got 3 games coming your way. Last episode we laid a whooping on the Minnesota Vikings who were 0-7, and then we lost a nail biter to the St. Louis Rams thanks to a late missed field goal by Neil Rackers. So after the loss, we find ourselves in 3rd place in the NFC West, which has turned out to be a very competitive division this year. The 49ers, who we're gonna play this episode, are undefeated. Then we have the Seattle Seahawks 1 game ahead of us at 6-3. We find ourselves at 5-4. And the Rams, again, who just defeated us last episode, are only 1 game behind us at 4-5. So a very competitive division indeed. And we haven't even talked about Malik yet. So far, he's had a pretty good year. 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's averaging about 5.5 yards per carry. He's also very active in the passing game, over 500 yards receiving, and another 7 receiving touchdowns. So 14 touchdowns total for him this year. Not too shabby. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get into the gameplay. Week 11, we host the 3-6 Houston Texans. First quarter action. Matt Leinart out of the gun, back to pass, delivers to Anquan Boldin on the slant, and then back to Anquan Boldin, the leading receiver for the Cards, for a first down. Malik getting the handoff to the left side. Juke move, gains about 7 yards. Then Matt Leinart back to pass, gets it to Larry Fitzgerald, the other all-pro receiver on the squad, and a 3rd down encroachment penalty is going to give the Cardinals a first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Malik takes the pitch to the right side, and he gains about 5 yards. 3rd down and 6. Couple plays later, Malik in to block, and Matt Leinart throws an interception to Dante Robinson. And the Texans take claim to the first turnover, but the Cardinals defense comes through. We get the ball back, and Leinart's going to give it to Malik, who makes an excellent juke move, and he has one man to beat. He's all alone. Malik Thomas, touchdown Arizona Cardinals. A 62-yard run. That's going to be the first score of the game. And the Cardinals are up 7-0. And Malik Thomas continues his dominance on the ground, juking players out of their shoes. 7-0 is the score at the end of 1. To the second quarter we go. Texans with the football. Matt Leinart throws behind the line of scrimmage, and it is a fumble that's going to be recovered by the Cardinals. So we're going to get the ball back, and that means Malik is going to continue getting fed the football. First down, nice run by Malik right there. Then Matt Leinart gets it to Anquan Boldin for a big first down. Now we're at the 25-yard line. Malik takes the handoff to the left side, tries to follow his blockers, and he does so successfully for another Cardinals touchdown. Malik's 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. 14-0 is the score in Arizona. So ball goes back to the Texans. They're looking to see if they can respond, and Schaub is going to get it to the 2nd-year running back Josh Avery. He was a first-round pick last year, having himself a pretty good campaign. On 3rd down, however, Schaub out of the shotgun, throws right side, and it's going to be complete but well short of the marker. Cardinals get the ball back. Now the Texans are going to pin us deep. We're at the 5-yard line with a minute to go before halftime. We hand it off to Malik to the left side, and I kid you not, I thought that we were about to have a 95-yard rushing touchdown. I got a little excited because the blocking was there. It was set up, but he cannot outrun the defense. That's okay though. Huge pickup for Malik. Then Matt Leinart getting it to Anquan Boldin, short of the first down. So on 3rd and short, Malik gets it to the right side, and he's able to pick up the first down. But we don't have a lot of time to work with, so we got to keep going to the air. And Larry Fitzgerald reels in a big first down completion. And we are under 10 seconds to go. Clock is running. Matt Leinart fakes the spike, tries to get it to Larry Fitzgerald, but it's incomplete. So bring out Neil Reckers and watch him miss yet another field goal. So we're going to go into halftime up only 14-0 over the Texans. But at the half, Malik is having a career day indeed. 13 carries, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. He is a complete dominating force out there. Third quarter, under 3 minutes to go. Cardinals moving the football. Completion right there. Third down and short. Matt Leinart back to pass. Rolls out, has pressure. And it is intercepted for the second time by Dante Robinson. And this time he's able to step in front of Larry Fitzgerald and take it to the crib. First score of the day for the Texans. It's now 14-7. Cardinals still with the lead. Now, as good as the first half was for Malik, things started to slow down for him in the second half. Here on third and long, Malik in the flat to the left, tries to follow his blocker, and he is short of the line to gain. Texans with the football, looking to tie up this game. Schaub takes the snap, throws right side, and gets it to the future Hall of Famer Andre Johnson. Then back to Avery on the left, and on second down and 8, winding seconds of the third, Schaub throws right side, and it's intercepted by Antrell Roll of the Cardinals. And he's going to take it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Cardinals, a pick 6 that is going to push this lead back to 14. It is 21-7 Cardinals. Matt Schaub just throwing it right into coverage. Did not read that very well. Will take advantage of it. To the fourth quarter, Texans pinned deep at their own 14. Schaub in the pocket, throws deep down the left, and it's completed. First down Texans. Then getting it along the sideline for another pickup of about 8 yards. Second and short, Schaub having to step up into the pocket, delivers it to Andre Johnson. Great pocket presence right there. Second down, Schaub back to pass again. Right side to number 82. Another first down for the Texans. Ball at the 12-yard line of the Cardinals. Giving it to Josh Avery. Refusing to go down. 7 yards. Ball at the 6-yard line. Back to Avery. And Avery this time is going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown Texans. It's 21-14. Back to the Cardinals, who've been a little quiet this quarter. Malik in the flat, bringing in a catch and a first down for the Cardinals. And we're going to keep feeding Malik the football. This time getting it to the left side, following his blockers and gaining a first down and some more. Close to midfield, another big run for Malik. Second down, Leinart gets it to the backup running back, Andy Cox. Short gain there. Then later on first down, Malik pitched to the right side, nowhere to go, only a short gain. Then back to Malik, another short gain. So on third down and 4, under 3 minutes to go, they give it to Malik. Not enough for the first down. So Neil Reckers is in, and this time he puts it through the uprights to extend the Cardinals' lead to 10. Under 2 minutes to go. Texans looking to score quickly. Getting it to the receiver on third down, 8-yard gain. Fourth and short. Texans give it to Josh Avery, and he is stuffed. A turnover on downs that, in effect, will end the game. Cardinals, with a 10-point victory over the Houston Texans, improve their record to 6-4. The final is 24-14 in the desert. Now, once again, Malik had a great first half, but he's barely able to pick up 21 yards in the second half. But he does finish the day with 22 carries, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then he had a couple of receptions as well. Up next will be the Chicago Bears. Their starting quarterback, Brian Griese, is out for the season, so that means the rookie, Avery Rucker, 83 overall, the 21st pick of this year's draft, will be starting against the Cardinals. He's actually having a pretty decent year in relief for Griese. A passer rating just above 82, 1,300 yards, and an 8-4 touchdown to INT ratio. And this is also a very important game for the Bears. They are in the midst of a battle for the NFC North. Right off the bat, some deja vu from last week. Rucker, the rookie quarterback, throws a backwards pass, and it's fumbled, and it's going to be picked up by number 93, Ike Lindy, the 6th round draft pick, who's going to be able to scoop and score. Touchdown Cardinals, 7-0. A nearly identical play to the one we saw last week, except this one is picked up and taken to the end zone. Touchdown Cardinals. Time for some Malik Thomas football. First down, left side. Following his blockers yet again. Pickup of 8 yards right there. Then later, second down and 10, another carry. Tries to spin around the defenders, but is tackled. Couple plays later, first down, Malik making a man miss. Gain of 7 yards. Then on third down, play action, Matt Leinart is sacked. Fourth down. Next quarter, 20 seconds to go before the half. Ruckert, the rookie quarterback, tries to scramble, and it's fumbled. Picked up by Roderick Hood and taken into the end zone. Touchdown Cardinals. A 32-yard scoop and score. Interestingly, the second time today that the Cardinals score a touchdown on a fumble return. However, I think there's some controversy with this play. To me, it looked like Rucker's elbow was down, and that shouldn't have been called a touchdown, if you ask me. Remember, there are no coaches' challenges within 2 minutes of the half or the end of the game, but I'm still surprised that the officials did not review that. But nevertheless, we go into halftime with the Cardinals up 14-0. Once again, both of those scores coming from scoop and scores, but I think one of those calls went the wrong way. Pretty interesting game so far. Both offenses are struggling, and it shows. 9 carries, just 37 yards for Malik. It's not terrible numbers, but we could definitely do better. So let's go to the second half. We're actually going to skip the third quarter and head right to the fourth quarter. Still 14-0 Cardinals. The Bears trying to get some points, finally throw to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Number 80 right there cannot reel it in. So nothing on that drive, but the Bears with the football later in the fourth quarter, trying to redeem themselves. Completed pass, setting up fourth down and inches, and they try to run it up the gut, and it's fumbled, but it doesn't really matter because he's short of the line to gain. Another turnover on downs. Cardinals with the football, just trying to run some clock and end this game, but there's really not a lot going on in the ground game. Malik struggling quite a bit. Neil Rackers with the chef's kiss misses another field goal. That's pretty much it. There were no offensive touchdowns in this game. The 14-0 score at halftime is also the final score. Both offenses looking really awful, or both defenses looking really great. I'm not sure which one. Maybe it's both. But this is the game that I've been looking forward to most. Week 13 on the road. The 7-4 Cardinals taking on the 9-2 San Francisco 49ers, who find themselves in a 2-game losing streak. And don't look now, but if we can win this game, we're going to be only 1 game back in the NFC West. Can you believe that? But we have to handle our business in San Francisco, and early, the 49ers catch us napping on defense. Arnez Battle brings it in for a 49ers touchdown from Alex Smith, having himself a great year. 49ers with the early lead. Then Matt Leinart throws deep, and he is going to get it to second-year wide receiver LeBron Beasley. What a dime! Dropping it right where it needed to be, in tight coverage. First down Cardinals. They give it to Malik, and he's tackled pretty quickly by Patrick Willis, his former teammate at Ole Miss. Leinart back to pass, will drop it in to Anquan Boldin. First down Cardinals. Another run to Malik, left side, goes absolutely nowhere. Leinart back out of the gun, throws a bullet to Larry Fitzgerald, moving the chains. First down Cardinals. First and goal at the 10-yard line. Leinart back to throw, trying to get it to Malik in the flat, and he does so, connecting for a touchdown. That's going to tie this game. Malik's 8th receiving touchdown of the season. Tuli Bantakane was no match for Malik Thomas. Cardinals back with the football. Nowhere to go right there. But then Matt Leinart off the play action is gonna drop another dime, this time to the tight end Leonard Pope. What a great play. Malik takes the hit, but a big first down for the Cardinals. Then back to Malik, finding a hole and some space. First down. Getting it to Malik again. Off the pitch to the right side, nowhere to go. Then left side this time, also nowhere to go. On third down, a minute to go in the first quarter, Leinart throws, trying to get it to Anquan Boldin, but it's incomplete. but thanks to defensive pass interference, that's going to give us a new set of the downs. Third down, Larry Fitzgerald brings in the bullet, and on 1st and goal, Matt Leinart gets it to the tight end, Ben Patrick. Touchdown, Arizona Cardinals. That's going to put the Cards up in front, 14-7. Then 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Cardinals back with the football. Leinart throwing it to the left side, getting it to Anquan Bolden, who takes it to the 34-yard line. Then on the draw to Malik, up the gut, nice pickup of about 6 yards. Then in the flat, Malik bringing in another first down, this time with a catch. 3rd down and 7, 3 minutes to go before the half. Leinart throws an interception to Manny Lawson, and the 49ers are going to take over. 3rd down and 11 for them. Alex Smith from the gun throws down the middle of the field, and that's going to be complete for a 49ers first down. That's going to be Frank Gore, the MVP running back, bringing it in. Then on 3rd down later in the same drive, it's going to be incomplete, so they are going to settle for 3 points. That is going to make it 14-10. Cardinals back with the football, trying to do something, but it's Clements who reels in an interception. Matt Leinart throwing interceptions on back-to-back drives. So Alex Smith back with the football, trying to make the Cardinals pay. First down, then on 3rd and 13, a minute and a half to go. Throw to the right side, and it is going to be complete to Vernon Davis, the tight end. Touchdown 49ers, and it's going to be 17-14 at the half. Just like that, we quickly lose the 14-7 lead. And as if to add insult to injury, Malik Thomas had himself an abysmal first half. 13 carries, only 16 yards. That is obviously a career low for him so far. We're going to need to have better success on the ground if we want to win this game. But that won't matter if the Cardinals defense gives up plays just like this. Darrell Jackson with a 92-yard touchdown catch and run. A complete lapse in coverage right there. There's really no other way to put it. And the 49ers extend their lead to 24-14. Cardinals gotta make something happen. Leinart to Larry Fitzgerald deep down the field, first down. 2nd down and 7, Malik getting it up the gut, gain of about 5 yards. Then on 3rd down, Malik pushing forward, picking up a first down. Back to Malik, right side. More struggling on the ground, nowhere to go. This 49ers defense keeping us in check. Then Matt Leinart throws to the end zone. It's incomplete. So Neil Rackers comes in and misses on another field goal attempt that would have put us down, only a touchdown. 49ers back with the football. Alex Smith absolutely steps into this one and gets it to tight end Delaney Walker. First down, Niners. Smith back to throw, another first down completion. Later on 3rd down at the 35-yard line, Smith throws to the left and it is incomplete, broken up, but their kicker is able to make the field goal, and it's now 27-14 to start the 4th quarter. Cardinals with the football, throwing an interception, a costly one to Moore, and the 49ers are going to take over yet again. They would settle for another field goal. At this point, it's 30-14. We are losing control quickly of this game. Incomplete pass to Malik. 49ers get the ball back. Alex Smith to throw. First down, 49ers. You can hear the sound of defeat in my voice. Another big completion towards the middle of the field. That's going to set the ball at the 20-yard line. Alex Smith, another touchdown strike. And that is going to put the 49ers ahead 37-14. Cardinals back with the football, and for some reason continuing to try the run game despite very, very limited success. Malik's able to gain 9 yards right there. Then Matt Leinart gets it to Leonard Pope, the tight end. First down, under 2 minutes to go. Down almost 3 touchdowns. Leinart goes back to Leonard Pope, this time in the corner of the end zone. A pretty impressive pass in double coverage. Touchdown Cardinals. We're going to go for 2, and we are going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And then with time ticking, the 49ers are just going to pound the rock and run out the clock. The Cardinals, powerless, can do absolutely nothing but watch the 49ers complete their season sweep over the Cardinals. Final score in the Bay, 37-20. 49ers improve their record while the Cardinals drop to 7-5 on the season. And Malik's numbers very much represent the outcome of this game. 23 carries for only 51 yards. That's just above 2 yards per carry. Malik did have a touchdown reception earlier in the game, but again, it just was not enough to keep up with Alex Smith and this offense. He threw 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards, just absolutely had a field day against the Cardinals defense. Meanwhile, Matt Leinart had a few touchdowns of his own, but he did also throw 3 interceptions in the process. Yes, a bitter loss to a division rival. So where do we go from here? Well, after that loss, we are now 3 full games behind the 49ers in the NFC West. The 49ers are 10-2, and the Cardinals and Seahawks are tied at 7-5. That means in order for us to win the division, we're going to need the 49ers to lose out pretty much, and the Seahawks to lose at least a couple of games, and to be safe, the Cardinals need to win the last 4 games of their season. And there's no use sugarcoating it, it's going to be a challenge. First, at home, we take on the Rams. Remember, just a few weeks ago, we lost to them courtesy of Neil Racker's last-minute missed field goal. Then the 3 games following that, we are on the road. We've got the Titans at 4-8. Hopefully they're not too big of an issue, but we've also got the Indianapolis Colts in week 16. They are 9-3, and we know an awful lot about the Colts, how good they are, how good Peyton Manning is and his receivers. And although it's going to serve as a nice homecoming for Malik, it's going to be a difficult football game. Then, last but not least, in week 17, we take on the Seattle Seahawks. If neither the Seahawks nor the Cardinals win the division, which seems most likely at this point, then these 2 teams are going to be fighting tooth and nail for a wild card spot. So in other words, that last game of the season against the Seahawks could very well determine which of those 2 teams will be in the playoffs. But we haven't even begun talking about the other teams in the NFC. There are multiple teams across the conference that have very similar records to us, including Washington at 8-4, the Giants at 8-4, the Bears at 7-5, and the Lions at 6-6. Even though there are 4 games to go in the regular season, it is simply far too early to tell who's going to be in the postseason and who's going to be watching from home. So there you go, a pretty realistic simulation of an NFL season. We've got highs and lows, we've got drama, we've got suspense, and we've got more Malik Thomas football coming your way next episode. So be sure to stay tuned for the epic season finale over the next couple of episodes. We'll see how the standings turn out. We'll see how visiting Indianapolis goes for Malik. We'll see how many yards and touchdowns he can attain over the final 4 games. And we'll find out if Malik and the Cardinals will be in the playoffs. Friends and neighbors, thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already, please consider staying a while and subscribe to the channel. And until you hear my voice again, my dear friends and neighbors, this is your mailman wishing you all a great rest of your day.